There's a skydiving story of how we met. I was a skydiving instructor, and someone bought him a free lesson for his birthday. And as we were going down from the plane,
right,
he started screaming, but it was like perfect pitch, and then I started harmonizing with it while we were screaming together, falling from the sky. And then once we landed, we got talking about music, and that's the real start of it.
The world famous KROQ at KROQ in Los Angeles. Miles the DJ here, thrilled to be joined by Royel Otis.
Hell yeah.
What's up?
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Big congrats on the new single Moody, which just dropped.
Thank you, man.
It's gone huge. It's gone gangbusters already.
Number one.
Yeah.
Right? Number one with a bullet.
That's
It's
it.
been out for like a couple minutes, and we're already going, man. That's got to feel good. You've had such a great run with the last record, so many successful songs on KROQ and other Audacy alternative stations around the country. To see the fan base growing and to put out new music this quickly, that's got to feel awesome.
Yeah. I mean, once we stop and slow down, it'll feel good, I think. But at the moment, it's just like, just doing the luge all through it, you know?
Otis, have you guys had a chance to slow down at all?
Not really. Like we had a little bit of time over Christmas, because we toured most of last year. Then went back to Australia and had a little bit of time, but we kind of came here at the start of Jan and started working on the new album. So it's been kind of go, but that's all right. Yeah.
Pumping them out too, man. Moody
Pumping
is
them out.
it's an incredible record. I've listened to it like probably 20 times since it came out. Genuinely, like I love the song. I love the evolution of what you guys are doing. How did that song come together, Roy?
We were in the studio with Blake Slatkin and Amy Allen, two very, very talented people. And we were just like throwing chords together and stuff, and that's what ended up coming out of it. All in a day's work. It was amazing.
You've played, we're recording this in LA at KROQ, and you've played so many shows in Los Angeles over the past year and a half, 2 years now. In fact, I think your first U.S. show ever may have been at the Helpful Honda Soundspace at KROQ back in January of last year. Since then, you've sold out the Fonda several times, Hollywood Palladium, and not only here, but just, cities all over the States. Just every show has been getting bigger and bigger. What's it been like for you guys generally building a crowd here, not only in LA, but in the States, and seeing how big it's gotten in such a short period of time?
A whirlwind. It's been wild. Last year was like, it was weird because we had a tour in the States at the start of the year and then one again at the end of the year. And I was just kind of seeing seeing the growth within a year is just like a weird thing to watch, especially when you're playing shows nearly almost every night. So weird, but cool.
Was there a moment where it felt like things shifted? Was there a time where you kind of said to yourself, okay, this is really happening?
I think the Salt Shed in Chicago for me was like that was a big one. Selling that place out. We walked in there and like into this massive room, and I was like, oh, which room are we playing? Like, where's the room we're playing in? And they were like, no, it's this one. And we sold it out. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh my God. Terrifying.
I mean, look, the music is obviously incredible, and the shows are great, and you're an excellent artist. But is there something that you've kind of heard from fans that can kind of help put together how this success has happened so quickly?
I'd say a good team.
Good team.
Of people behind us that just like push us. And
push us very hard.
Push us in, the right direction probably. Yeah, and they
Right.
kind of
Good
Beautiful
people
career.
indeed. Shout out to Andrew too, your manager, who's
Andrew,
amazing.
Mads.
Yeah.
Love that
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
Whole team.
You've been working on this new record. The song Moody just dropped. Regarding the record, though, the full length, how would you describe sort of like where that's going, versus the earlier stuff?
I think it's I don't know, sonically a bit larger. I'd say. It was a bit. I have no idea actually. I don't know where I was going with that.
Was there any like particular influence or like a band that had a jump to a new record that had more of a sonic sensibility to it that maybe you were thinking about in the back of your head?
I think there was more thought after playing all the shows live last year. I think there was more thought into like how this song would go if we played it live, as opposed to just like how it just sounds on the record. I think there was a bit more thought into that, but other than that, I just think it was just whatever came out.
It's also kind of like, I'd say it's like an elongated version of like Bar and Grill, which is one of our earlier EPs. It feels a bit more like in that world.
Yeah,
But,
that's true. For sure.
Roy, something that you said is really interesting, talking about how you're putting these songs together, and I'm paraphrasing here, but kind of like how they're going to go live, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that is so incredible about your live shows, having the pleasure of seeing several now at this point, you have this way of making your live shows feel like kind of loose, but yet very locked in at the same time. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like seeing a comedian. It looks like they're just talking on the top of their head, but like clearly there's so much time and effort and energy
Sure.
put into making that set work, and you guys do such a meticulous and great job with that as well. Is that how it's always been with Royel Otis, or has that vibe kind of evolved over time?
I think it's evolved. How late into the tour did you see us?
I mean, like I said, I saw the Helpful Honda Soundspace in January of
Sure.
last year, and then the last show I think I saw was the last Palladium back in October, September of last year, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably pretty chaotic. But
we try to make it seem like, you know, I try to think of it just like I'm in my bedroom sort of thing, but just with a some dude smashing drums right behind me. But yeah, like a comedian, that's cool. I like that.
But you know what I mean by that though, because
I do.
It's
They've planned it out so much, but they're making it look like it's ad lib. Is that what you mean?
super graceful. Yeah. And it's such a, you have a way of connecting with your fans and your audiences at those shows. The Palladium in particular, I was upstairs and kind of looking at the crowd from that kind of bird's eye view, and you know, it's I don't want to say it's rare, but you don't see an audience responding and connecting to a band of your stature or of your sonic sensibility so early on in 2025, and it's just very inspiring and just very cool to see. What's it like for you from the stage watching that?
It's wild. It's funny. Like it also changes every night. Some nights you're like, this is like crazy, and some nights you're like, just like push through it and get through it. But yeah, it's always weird. Especially like the Palladium show, that was weird. It was also a trip because my mum and my auntie and my sister were like front row, just like,
oh cool,
they're just like dancing their hearts out. But yeah, I know, it's just, yeah, it's a trip. It's a weird thing.
I think we've always taken that so seriously as well, like connecting with fans and always trying to make sure like they know they're a part of it and a big reason why we're doing what we're doing, sort of thing.
You've had some fun with cover songs in your sets. We've played Linger on KROQ quite a bit, Murder on the Dance Floor as well. You know, are any other covers coming? Are you kind of like letting that go? Is it like, oh, we have these cover songs, we don't want to be known as that, so let's not do covers anymore? Like, what's your mindset? Because, you know, Prats in Pain is such a phenomenal record. Sofa King is such a good song. Moody is amazing. Can't wait to play that on KROQ so much. Just your general vibe with the cover songs and the success of them, and just that mentality moving forward with covering songs, I guess.
We're appreciative of like what the cover songs have done for us and the audience that it's spread us out to, but there's no plans on doing another one anytime soon, I think.
Yeah. Love covering songs and stuff like that, but could be a bit of time to let do our own music for a bit.
Yeah, let's focus on Royel Otis and some original material like Moody, which is the new record, and it's very good. I want to go back to that song for a little bit and just maybe talk about, you know, the inspiration behind it, the subject matter, what is it about, and what inspired you to both write that song?
It was funny because we're just in the studio with Amy and Blake, and we're just like jamming like we normally kind of do, and then it was just like throwing ideas out, and then I think Amy actually had an idea about being like, let's like kind of write around like calling like having troubles with a girl, you know, and like and then we kind of just we're working around that, throwing ideas around that, and I don't know, it's good. It's like that, I feel like that song came so like, it was the first one we did with Amy and Blake together, and it came pretty naturally. It kind of just like I can't really remember the day that much.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just something easy, like second nature. I think the subject matter's pretty obvious within the song.
Yeah.
It's a song you'll play on tour, which was announced a few days ago. U.S. tour going down in 2025. Also on the Ohana Festival, which we just found out about, which is very cool. Going down at Dana Point in September with Green Day, Hozier, Eddie Vedder, and more. When you're approaching an outdoor, like kind of theater festival set, what's your mindset going into that versus, say, a club or a theater show?
Well, be prepared for the heat.
Yeah, drink water.
Drink a lot of water. And just try to be as loud as possible. I think that's the only preparation I do, other than some drinks.
Otis, is there a moment in the set where like the energy always seems to shift a little bit, like a part that hits different, like no matter like what city you're in or what the situation is?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know, because we play such a variety of like tempos and I don't know, energetic songs and not so energetic ones. But I always find that when we do like if we do Linger or like Till the Morning, one of those slow songs is definitely a vibe change. But I don't know, I always, because like if a show's an hour long, like it is kind of like a journey. Like you notice you first like come out, you like the first 3 songs are always like everyone gets pretty into it, and then it's just like kind of slows down a bit and then picks back up, slows down, picks back up. Yeah.
You put the people through a journey. That's what happens.
On a roller coaster.
Full on roller coaster at a Royel Otis show.
Yeah.
We have Otis, we have Roy, collectively known as Royel Otis here at KROQ. Miles the DJ here. The new song Moody just dropped. It's fantastic. Tour dates have been announced. Go buy tickets. Go see them. They rule live. Is there someone that you've never seen live that you'd like to see live at some point?
Elvis would be sick.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Plenty of people.
Yeah.
I'd love to see The Cure live, I think.
The Cure, yeah.
Yeah. I think they play like a 3-hour show, but...
It feels like 45 minutes.
It feels like... You've seen?
They played the Hollywood Bowl a year and a half, 2 years ago.
That's it.
I was privileged enough to go to all 3 nights, so I got 9 hours of The Cure in 3
Wow.
days.
Oh, wow.
It is worthy of your time. They just put out a new record. It's their
Yeah.
first in like 16 years.
Yeah.
I think they're working on new stuff and
Cool.
gonna go on tour again. So, and by the way, I think you share a label with The Cure, so make sure they hook you up with some tickets to see them.
Well, they gave us the latest vinyl like a couple of days early before
Yeah.
it came out, which was so amazing. Also, Garbage. I heard Garbage is touring.
Yeah.
With the original lineup.
Yeah, indeed. In fact, they're actually on the Ohana Festival on day 1. You're playing day 2.
Oh,
So what we should do is we should make sure Royel Otis is there a day early just to kind of take in the Dana Point vibes
Try
and
and do that.
watch Eddie Vedder and
We
Garbage
should.
and Kings of Leon.
100%.
I also want to see Neil Young's playing at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
I've seen Neil Young before, actually. He's so good. Lil Yachty, because we went and saw Tyler, the Creator, like a couple of weeks ago, and Lil Yachty was supporting in Paris, Texas before. I wouldn't mind seeing Paris, Texas and Lil Yachty, because I missed them that night. I got stuck talking to someone downstairs, but yeah. Lil Yachty in Paris, Texas.
Yachty's one of those artists. Tyler, too, where it's like, you don't have to know any songs.
Yeah.
You can know nothing about them, and then just the energy and the vibe and how they connect to an audience much like you guys do. It's pretty incredible to see.
100%.
Is there a song of yours that's changed more than others, like from the time that you recorded it to like how it sounds now live?
All of them sound pretty different live. A lot. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. They're a bit... Oysters in My Pocket is a bit like heavier live, I think. What do you reckon, Otis?
Yeah, I'd say Oasis. Also, we like added the intro and stuff to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, more or less the same.
We try to make the live songs a little, like at least a little bit different. Otherwise, just stay home, put up a poster, and listen to the album. You know, what's the point in seeing it live if it's not like a little bit different to the recording?
Is there something that people sort of consistently get wrong about Royel Otis?
That we're lovers. A lot of people think we're lovers.
Oh, that the two of you are in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, we're lovers, but just not with each other.
You love each other,
Yeah.
We love each other,
just not in love. Maybe not
especially
in-
on cold nights. But like,
How did you two get together, and how did this whole journey start with Royal and Otis?
Tinder.
Yeah. Big old Tinder sesh.
I don't know, mutual friends, and we just got talking about music. One night, yeah, and then Otis showed me a song, I showed him a song, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too exciting. I like to say other stuff, but
Right.
it's just
Pretty low key.
there's a skydiving story of how we met. I was a skydiving instructor, and someone bought him a free lesson for his birthday, and as we were going down from the plane,
Right.
he started screaming, but it was like perfect pitch, and then I started harmonizing with it while we were screaming together, falling from the sky. And then once we landed, we got talking about music, and that's the real start of it. The other one's just for the radio sessions, you know.
It's a great story. It's not real, but
Could be.
yeah, why not?
Everything's real if you can think about it.
It's all simulation, as they say. What do you think you'd be doing right now if Royal Otis weren't a band?
I'll be
Jamo Otis.
sleeping with the worms. Yeah, he'll be Jamo Otis, and I'll be sleeping with the worms.
No.
The last time you were meant to be in Los Angeles was for KROQ Almost Acoustic Christmas, which I know there were some family, personal stuff that caused that to be unable to happen. I hope everything's okay. Hope you're okay. Hope all is well. We're really excited to have Royal Otis back with new music. Excited to do some great stuff together in 2025. Ohana Festival going down locally in September. A full U.S. tour has been announced. Any parting words for the people watching the interview at KROQ with Royal Otis?
Please buy tickets.
Yeah.
We love you, but
Yeah, we love you. And if you can't make it, we'll probably be playing many other shows this year, so you probably will be able to make it.
at some stage. Otherwise, we'll send you a gift.
Moody is the song, Royal Otis the band, KROQ the radio station. Miles the DJ here. Thanks for checking us out and watching Royal Otis.
Enjoy that video? See more interviews, more performances, and more of your favorite artists by subscribing and downloading the free Audacy app.